Okay, hello and welcome to the One Spot Media training series. Today we're going to talk about editing an article in your website. And the articles we'll just bring up, for example, One Spot Media. So you just type in your domain name in your browser and it'll bring up your website. Anything in this area is considered an article, which is basically your text or your content on your website. So as with all of our websites, we always put the contact page or your login page on the the login on your contact page. So if you click on your contact page, you'll see your login username and password. Place that in your website under this form. And then when you hit enter, you'll bring up your page again. And you'll see the little pencil icon here, which is your edit tool. So we're going to click on that. And depending on which page you click on to edit, this is the article that displays on the front side of your website. So I'm going to go over a couple of the tools here. This is your editor at the top. And it's very similar to Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. You basically, I'm going to just go over the main ones here. If you put your icon over one of them or your mouse over one of them, it'll tell you what it is. Here's your bold, your italics, your underline, your strike through. Anything that's your first line of text, your search engines such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing will look at that first tag or that first set of text as what's called a heading or an H1 tag. So you always want to make sure that the first line in your article is listed as an H1, and you'll see that up here, heading 1. And that is by default the way I have your website set up. So make sure that you don't change that part of it. It actually will hurt your rankings if you do change that. So you go into a style. This is your paragraph, things like that you don't have to worry about. Moving along, your font size, by default those are set up to display the best way that is recommended for a browser to look at your website in. You can change the font color or the text color. You can change to, if you want to highlight the background, let's say that this word overhead or lots of overhead is important, so we want to put a highlight behind that. That's how that would be set up. Moving along, you would have an indentation. If you want to indent text, you would just hit an indentation there. That takes it back. This is an ordered list, so you would have items that would be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Here is a unordered list, which is simply a bullet in front of it. You can have a subscript and a superscript. You can have different characters that you can upload. You can put a horizontal rule or a line that goes across and divides a page. And really just skipping along, there's nothing that important on this line that you want to worry about yet. And then here you would have a hyperlink. So if you wanted to hyperlink text to an outside URL, such as going to another website, you can do that. Or if you want to link it to another area inside of your website, that's what that link is for. Those things will go into more detail on your on the training series that's entitled your editing toolbar. So you might want to check that out. And then you also have a insert edit image, which we show you how to do that on the inserting an image training series. And then also your spell checker, which is very important to use. So basically, it's very simple. You just put your cursor or highlight text. If you want to make it bold, it's bold. If you want to make it italics, it's italics. If you want it underlined, it's now underlined. And you simply hit the save button. And you can do this from any computer with internet access. And as soon as you hit save, it's live to all the viewers of your website. So I'm going to take this part off here. And if you want to insert text somewhere, you just start typing. And that's all you would have to do, and hit save, and that text is in there as well. And that's pretty much it as far as editing your website. And again, you would just hit your save button at the top. I'm going to hit cancel so it doesn't save anything that I did, but you hit save and that is live. And that is pretty much how you would do editing an article in your website. Reminding you that you always go back to the contact page and click on your logout button so that no one would get into your website. And that's pretty much it for this training series on OneSpot Media on editing an article. If you have any questions, as always, you can give us a call at OneSpot Media.